Hey everyone, I'm Lem. Welcome to my life. Now, those of you familiar with my channel might be thinking, oh my gosh, where is Lem? She suddenly has a lot more space than usual, and that is true. I've just flown home to my wonderful home city of Cardiff in Wales, in the UK. This is my childhood room. Join me on a little tour, why don't you? But lots of the photos of me that have no particular place in the house have kind of migrated to my room while I'm not here, so yeah. Admire me at different stages of awkwardness. I liked owls before they were cool. This mug, shaped like a boot, I got at the Christmas market in Cologne. That was the first time I'd been to Germany, and that was on a school trip. This one comes from a kind of bric-a-brac market in, I think it was Berlin when I was living there. Books, phrase books, teeny tiny dictionaries. And these are lovely paintings we brought from a street artist in Vienna. This clock never shows the right time, but I love it anyway. Periodic table of the elements. I started adding more when they discovered more, but as you can see, I am not particularly up to date anymore. Jingly sparkly things. Garden. Why, fancy seeing you here.
Harry Potter.
Oh no, my shrine to all things rock and Harry Potter is kind of falling apart. I was always raiding the pages of Kerrang. Friends would even donate me pictures of Daniel Radcliffe. And best of all, the beanbag. Despite being up since like 6 in the morning, I've weirdly got a burst of energy, so my intention now is to do what I said I would do in my last video. I committed to clearing out my wardrobe here. Let's get to it. It's easy to end up hoarding stuff by sheer virtue of the fact that it's really cold here a lot of the time. Band t-shirts stay. Band t-shirts always stay. Just looks a little bit dated. I think this was my first ever ring when I was really little. This bracelet I wore with my prom dress. Fare thee well, old friend. Guys, this is the most 2000s piece of jewellery still in existence. Does this not spark joy? I think this sparks joy. So here I am saying goodbye to the things which no longer serve me. Thank you, clothes, you have done your duty. Morning, guys. So, what do you think of my outfit for the day? This is actually a blouse that one of my aunts sent my mum from the Philippines, but she's not keen on the fit, so I've kind of stolen it. Woo! Mountains! Today we are going to possibly my favourite place in the world, which is where?
Hey, on White.
Hi, Mum! Hay on Wye is a small town just a border, and it's absolutely crammed full of little bookshops. Cheers!
Escaped.
Feast your eyes on that. Who needs New Zealand? Activity. And I've only realised how much I missed it now that I'm seeing it again. So here we are, we've made it, and there's a whole school and a library they've built since last time I was here. This is the Hay Castle Honesty Bookshop, but yeah, they seem to be doing restoration work at the moment. They've got all sorts here, loads of different languages. If I understood Norwegian, I would be sorely tempted by one over the other side. Every year Hay has a festival where loads of authors come to talk about their creative endeavours, but we've never yet been. Ooh, I think we found something.
En lange tijd later leefde er in Bethlehem een man die Jesse heette. Hij had 8 zonen. De jongste heette David. God had David uitgekozen om koning te worden over zijn volk.
There's a little gallery all about the history of Hay here. This is our final stop. Once a cinema, now a bookshop. So we were quite disciplined today. Just Dad and his big book of ships. Time to say goodbye to the Slubbergesha Geshi.
Sing a sad song and make it better. Something then you can start to make it better, better, better. Da, 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 woo. Da, 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 hey Jude.
Well, this is more typical Welsh weather. My uncle's cats for the first time. I'm all drugged up on antihistamines, and look, they are so cute. This is Bobby with the whiskers. He's like a little old man kitten, aren't you? Look at you. This is George. Hi. How old are they now?
They were born on the 12th of April.
You're like a witch's familiar. Mm. Morning, guys. So today's activity is going to be quite interesting. My dad and I are going to a book launch. There's a guy who used photos that my grandfather had taken for a book that he'd written about in an area of Cardiff called Butetown, which is where my granddad grew up. I'm really looking forward to seeing what exactly this book is about. This is another blouse that was intended for my mother. She's only 4'9", so it kind of swamped her. Rub the Buddha's tummy for luck. Welcome to St. John's Church. Can you spot anything amiss here?
The Knights of St. John.
Plus one Cyberman. This is the Victorian tiled corridor of Cardiff's old library. Lovely mythological tiles. Ooh, it's the summer of fun.
Oh, the policeman running after the bloke.
Oh, didn't really want to record that. Whoops.
Muy na game.
This is the new library, which is where the reading is going to take place. From the library, you can just make out the top of the stadium here. The sort of white, spiky bit. Oh, look. So we're in St. David's 2 shopping centre, and there definitely wasn't a shark here last time I visited. That's the first place I ever worked, and I can't say that I miss it. The book book launch was really interesting. John Wake is actually a former Cardiff police officer, so he had a whole store of gory tales to tell us. My grandfather's photographs were actually featured and credited as well. Cardiff, back in the day, there were in 1880 151 pubs and 900 prostitutes. Essentially, all there was to do was to drink and, you know, the other thing. The new library in which the talk took place was on the exact site of a former dead house or morgue. It's very sad as well because at the time many young women had become servant girls, and then the master of the house would often take advantage of them and they would end up pregnant, and of course they wouldn't want to lose their position and end up in the workhouse, so they would end up trying to hide the pregnancy and get rid of the child, and often be sentenced to death for that. Complete change of subject and mood. This is so cool. There's an Avengers something or other going on downstairs. I don't think the props there were the actual ones used in the films, but they were great replicas. The Avengers films. I'm actually not a huge fan of Iron Man's films, but I think as a character he is one of the best. He's so funny. My mum is Iron Man. Go Mum! Woo! Welcome to the particle accelerator bay. It's an emergency. Next zone. Black Panther. Black Panther's helmet. Look, it's all the 9 realms. See, I refuse to leave these there. Ant-Man. Gross. That's cute. That. I have a soft spot for Vision. Yeah, Hawkeye. Look who it is. Big old panini chin over here. Ooh, the dark elves. Yeah. It was great fun. At the end there was a sort of joint game you could play. You were each given a little sort of mobile phone thing, and basically you had to swipe up and send a shield or another weapon towards the screen and defeat Ultron in a huge group.
elite group that we are assembling, and you are now an integral member. Now you are an official part of the Avenger station.
I think it was quite expensive for entry. It was like just under £20, but for the die-hard Marvel fan or even the casual kind of observer like me, I'm mainly there for Thor. Yeah, I would recommend it. It might be time to bring back the socks I bought in New York as well. Do you remember I went to the Strand bookstore and completely kind of freaked out? This was the best purchase I made. It's true, but it's not always silent.
So another new development since I've been home is that we now have a functional attic, which is unlocked thus.
Turn this.
Magic wand, and ta-da! If we peek up here, we have a lot of space all of a sudden. Aww. And a skylight. Yeah! Treasure!
I was originally going to go out with a friend, but she couldn't make it. We ended up having a bit of a gothic photo shoot because I'm vain as heck.
Today we have some time to spare, so we are salsaing to a DVD that came free with the washing powder many years ago. Wow, look at her costume.
I hope you're raring to go. We're gonna
I am so raring to go.
The woman was like,
And this is how it goes. Forward on the left.
That's it.
Back on the right. And
Forward
on the
and
left.
Back on the wrong foot.
1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7,
You should too.
I wasn't ready.
5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and faster.
Just
and
come with her.
7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7,
Wow, this doesn't look dated at all. Hey guys, I'm approaching the end of my wonderful Welsh visit. It's been really lovely. In the past couple of days I've managed to catch up with some friends, which has been so nice. Feeling kind of sad to have to go back, to be honest. I've also uncovered a bunch of photos from when I was in Berlin for the first time. Looking back at this stuff just makes you realise I've really kind of come a long way, both geographically and generally, I suppose. I don't think I would have ever imagined that I'd ever be living abroad again, but you know, I just followed the job and that's where it took me. Back to Germany. It's time to go back to real life now, so I guess I'll see you on the other side. Hwyl fawr.